Today's news.
Clock ticking for TikTok.
This legislation is picking up steam quickly.
Biden and Trump clinch.
This vote is going to be the most important vote we've ever cast.
Uvalde police chief resigns.
The coward's way out just like his officers.
Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan. With the CBS World News Roundup, a critical vote is expected today in the House of Representatives on the future of TikTok. A bill requires the app to separate from its Chinese parent company or face a ban in this country, something that could impact up to 100 million Americans. Here's CBS's Scott McFarland.
J.T. Laybourne of Utah makes a living on the platform, selling apparel.
It is 90+% of my family's income.
Born with a heart condition.
The first time in like 36 years, my heart actually functions.
And he also talks cardiac health to his nearly 2 million followers.
I've had people come up to me in public, give me a hug, and cry on my shoulder and say that you will never understand what your videos mean to me.
TikTok has mobilized Laybourne and others to fight a bill poised for approval today in the U.S. House, requiring TikTok to divest or separate from its China-based owner, ByteDance, or face a ban within months.
ByteDance is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party.
Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy is a sponsor of the bipartisan bill, which cites national security concerns.
ByteDance, as well as CCP, have access to tremendous amounts of personal data.
House Republican leaders and the White House have already endorsed the plan. The final hurdle could be former President Trump, who once threatened to ban TikTok, but now opposes the bill, saying it would shift too much influence to Facebook.
President Biden and former President Trump have clinched their party's presidential nominations. It's estimated they have the delegates needed after lopsided wins in primary voting yesterday in 4 states. Trump spoke from Mar-a-Lago.
We'll celebrate in 8 months. When the election is over, November 5th will go down as the most important day in the history of our country.
In the long general election campaign ahead, political scientist Larry Sabato says President Biden has to make a strong case for his economic record.
The rest of it, 60%, is going after Trump and clearly spelling out the dangers of a second Trump term.
In the first CBS News battleground poll of the campaign, Trump has a 3-point lead over Biden among likely voters in Georgia. That's within the margin of error. Well, a team of U.S. Marines has been sent to Haiti's capital to protect the U.S. Embassy. CBS's Christian Benavides reports street gangs and a power vacuum have prompted some people to look for ways out of the country.
The neighboring Dominican Republic is cracking down on undocumented Haitians and sending them back to their country.
¿Qué pasó?
They treat us like dogs, this man told us after he was released, adding we were detained since yesterday with no food, nothing. It follows weeks of gang violence that have endangered the streets of the nation's capital and displaced thousands of people. The ongoing unrest has left some Americans in Haiti, like missionary Jill Dolan, stranded.
When we've contacted agencies to extract us, they have just said it's way too dangerous where you are. You have to stay put.
Lithuanian authorities say a hammer attack on a top aide to the late Alexei Navalny was likely organized by Russia. It happened outside Leonid Volkov's home in Vilnius. He needed hospital treatment. In an interview with Russian state television, President Vladimir Putin praised his country's nuclear arsenal and said it was ready to deploy those weapons if Russia's sovereignty was threatened. Back here at home, the police chief of Uvalde, Texas, has resigned. It comes after a report commissioned by the city found police officers should not be blamed for the delay in responding to the 2022 school massacre. CBS's Omar Villafranca reports victims' families still want accountability.
Police Chief Daniel Rodriguez resigned just hours before he was expected to face those families at a city council meeting.
Danny has resigned.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. The coward's way out just like his officers. Rodriguez, who spent 26 years with the department, stepped down less than a week after a local investigation defended the police department's response to the school shooting.
They stood there 77 minutes and waited.
The city's report found that local officers shouldn't be punished since they followed orders and were not properly trained, contradicting previous state and federal reports which called the law enforcement response a failure.
It's 5 past.
They go right.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always,